Flying J lot. You got a Love's there. You got a TA Petro on the south side of the highway. That's what I guess that's Horizon Road or Horizon. We're going to the opposite side of El Paso to stop for our next load check. We're going to stop in Anthony.
I got out of here, got all the way over here.
We're going over to Anthony. We got which is basically exit 0, mile marker 0, so right at the border with New Mexico. And we got about 37 miles to get to the location. Do a load check, whatnot. Then we got about 141 miles to Lordsburg, New Mexico, which is like at mile marker 22, exit 22, something like that, right before Arizona. Right here will take you down to the border to go into Mexico. Our left hand, southwest. We are just going to keep on rolling nice and easy. As long as everybody uses a little bit of common sense, we'll all get through here a lot easier. But all we can do is see how things are going to go. Up there, knucklehead. You're going to get in the fast lane, you better be going fast. Don't get in front of a big truck and slow down. That's not how things work properly. And we got an oversized coming in, going eastbound. There's no reason why I have to slow down in this lane. And that's the kind of stupidity that I don't like on the road. If you can't drive, should not be in a fast lane going slow like this. That's not how traffic is supposed to work. This is the biggest challenge of the day, getting through El Paso, because you're dealing with people who just don't seem to care about their own safety. They just don't. You know? Well, we're gonna do our best to get through here as safe as I can. My head's on a swivel. I'm watching my truck, I'm watching my trailer, I'm watching my load, I'm watching my gauges, I'm looking forward ahead of me, I'm watching the on-ramps and off-ramps, I'm watching the traffic on the left and the right and the rear. It's a lot to think about going through congested areas like this. He's not going to maintain his speed at the speed limit. That's not the safest way to drive. Alright, so another half an hour to the other side of El Paso. Like I can make it further than Lordsburg, I may make an attempt to go a little bit further, but whatever. accident, wind up in a ditch or in the hospital and not deliver the load, which nobody wants. Or you can go at a reasonable pace, be a little bit later than everybody may want, but it does get there. And that's the big thing. I'd rather it actually get there and be a little bit late, according to what they want, than not at all. Oh, I drove 1,200 miles and then I had an accident, 14 miles from my stop, and now it's not getting there at all. Or I can go a little bit slower, get there a day later, and it's still there earlier because I took my time. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to El Paso. These machines right in front of me, we'll be less than 1,000 feet away from the actual border here in El Paso with Mexico. Start getting more into the downtown area. We're going to stop up here in Anthony, Texas, right at the border with New Mexico. Right, these mountains here. These mountains right in front of us, right there. Watching our mirrors, watching the traffic, watching the road, watching my load. Trying to look as far ahead as I can. So we have a nice, smooth, accident-free, which is always the goal. Mr. James Ewing, welcome to El Paso. Juarez. Alternate route. Use Pershing. I-10 west to Las Cruces. Las Cruces is not too far up the road from El Paso, so pretty easy to jump back and forth between the two cities. Because we're near the mountains, we got a little bit of cloud. I mean, away from the mountains, it was nice and clear, blue skies for the most part. So, not too bad. Left lane is closed, so I can. I'm going to get over one lane. If I remember right, we have to slow down to 55 up here, if I remember right. We're just going to let off the gas a little bit. Well, it's basically 10 minutes to 2 o'clock. pretty much normal here in El Paso. At least from my experience, normal. All right, here is the downtown area, right ahead of me. $220 million for the Powerball, $137 million for Mega Millions. If that's still going on when I get back to Georgia, I might put $20 down on a couple of tickets and see what happens. More than likely I'm going to lose, but $20 really isn't going to do anything. Right here is pretty much town. Should have stayed in this lane. Attitude, how you doing? Yeah, I guess they're leaving us. Got a problem with that? Santa Fe Street, Prospect Street. Good. As long as we're all doing fairly well, that is not too shabby. Like I said, we're going to get up here to the Pilot Flight J up here in Anthony. All right, so this bridge off to my left here, you know, this where this thing connects, basically right on the other side of that is the actual border. This is about as close as you're ever going to get to the border. And everything on the other side of the river there, that's all Mexico. I don't know if you can catch a glimpse of it in the thing right here. Little road, wall, little bit of land, then the river. Not exactly full right now, but it's there. Comes up the mountain right here, goes straight up, you know, up the side of the mountain right there, and they're using some of the mountain itself to be a natural barrier. And then from right up here, about, I know, half a mile further to the northwest, then it shoots straight due west at that point. So for the most part, we are entirely north of Mexico at this point. So we got about 15 miles to go to Anthony. Mexico is right off to our our left-hand side. And from this point, approximately 800 miles, a little over 800 miles, until you get to Louisiana. Pardon me. Yes, I-10, yes sir. Mile markers 16 or so, or 13. Until we get into New Mexico. Westbound right side.
Come back. Hey, Pussy Boy, you still back there?
Right curve ahead.
Alrighty. So, way off to the left here. You can see the mountain. You might be able to see the border wall after it goes past the mountain there. There is a statue on top of the mountain at the highest peak right here. I do not know what saint that is. I believe it's just a saint. I think it's the patron saint of Juarez, Mexico. I think. I'm not 100% positive. But we're going to turn more north here. It looks like some rain ahead of us. Looks like some rain is falling up here. This knucklehead is not doing the speed limit, and he's not where he needs to be in the slow lane. There's no reason why he's not over where he needs to be. Yeah, it looks like we got a bit of rain ahead of us. Well, we'll get a little bit of the dust cleared off here if it actually if we actually get under it. But we're heading up towards Las Cruces, and that's probably where the rain is falling. It's definitely getting darker. We are going to go ahead and turn our lights on just to be on the safe side. Exit 11. We're going to exit 0. Way to go, idiot. Cut over at the last minute. You live here. You live here and you can't get off at the right exit. Oh, amazing. Yeah, that definitely looks like, yeah, I can see the sheets of rain coming down. Well, maybe to cool things off a little bit. Traffic is bunching up here. So we may be getting a sprinkle or two. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It'll help get the bugs off the window and the dirt off the hood and whatnot. We're gonna get ourselves to Lordsburg. Let's see, we're gonna be at 552 miles, or 550 miles, roughly, up here to Anthony, to the truck stop, or 450, just a little over. And we're gonna do about another 150 miles, 140 something miles, out to Lordsburg. It is 2 o'clock right now, Mountain Time. So we'll probably get out to Lordsburg just about 4, probably a little bit after 4 o'clock. And then tomorrow we can make our delivery. They're in Casa Grande / Eloy. I think it's more in Eloy than Casa Grande, but that's the address says, you know, Casa Grande. But it's right up the street from the Pilot Flying J's. Yeah, a lot of people getting off. There's a Rudy's Barbecue. I've never been in there. Passed it many a times. If I remember right, there's a Don Carbone up here next to the Pilot Flying J. If I remember right. Or it might be at the, I know there's one back here at the Loves. But I might give that a try. Yeah, the wind's picking up a little bit. Six miles. Found I-10 anywhere from Florida to California. I-10 is always a boring road to me. entire length of it. I really do not like traveling this road. Here for a quick little load check. Then we're going to be getting ourselves through Las Cruces. Like I said, over to Lordsburg for the night. Lordy be, Lordy be, Lordy be. Dark and rainy up there, don't it? Mile marker 5. So now we are less than 5 miles away from the actual border with New Mexico. Quarry. No idea what they're getting out of that quarry, but probably some kind of gravel and stone, large block stone maybe. Looks like we may get rained on.
In 2 miles, take exit 0 on the right onto North Desert Boulevard toward Anthony.
Definitely a rotten fish smell around here. Yeah. There's a TA right here, which I've never stopped at, and I never have any intention of stopping at. TA and Petro are kind of on the bottom of the list of places I want to stop at. I just do not like the way they do certain things, the way they do their points, the way they do their rewards card. The store is always, to me, up here dingy and dark and outdated. I mean, the fact that they're, half of their parking lots now are, pay to park, that doesn't help, but has the chicken, the Chester's chicken, which not very good in my opinion, and a McDonald's.
In half a mile, take exit 0 on the right onto North Desert Boulevard toward Anthony.
Towards Anthony. Mile marker 2. So less than 2 miles to the border. Great American Steakhouse. Established 1977.
Take the first exit on the right onto North Desert Boulevard.
Going down into 16. Down into 15. Watch my merge. Go. You got the Loves, you got the Pilot, Flying J's on the south side. And there's a little bit of rain right there, a little bit of sprinkle on the windshield. Skip all that.
State border ahead.
Yeah. So 141 miles to go to Lordsburg. Yeah, there's a Don Carbone here at the Loves. That is where I want to go try. I want to try it, so I am going to try it. There's the Flying, well, or is the Flying J on this side? No, Flying J's on this side. The Loves is across the street. Now the Loves has the better parking lot, in my opinion. But we are going to go here to this Don Carbone. We're going to give this a try. A, I'm hungry. B, I've never had it before. And C, no one's telling me I can't. So we're going to walk over here and we're going to get a little bite to eat. I'm not too worried about getting a parking spot in Lordsburg. It rarely ever fills up fast, you know, by 4 o'clock, which we're going to get there a little bit after. And that's why you don't come through the pumps backwards, like a moron. You know, using some basic intelligence often helps. All right, let's see. We'll go around these FedEx guys here. We're using the truck stop as a drop-off point and a relay point, which, you know, a company that big should have their own damn drop yards. Not using the truck stop as one. And I'm pretty sure FedEx has a facility here in El Paso. I mean, it's a major border town. It's a big city. There's still plenty of room around to buy a little bit of land and put a drop yard in. Instead of using the Pilot, Flying J, and the Loves for that. Excuse me. So we are wholly within our parking spot now. We have an easy out, which is always nice. Where's my book at? Here's my book. All right. Log. Rest break. Yes, I want to take a rest break. Don't need one, but I'm taking one because I'm going to give you some Don Carbone Mexican here. So let's see. It is 14:13 Mountain Standard Time. We are at the Flying J, Anthony, Texas, I-10, exit 0, 299592, 453.0 miles. All right, there we go. Turn our lights off. We don't need that on. So, here we are. Thank you for joining me. God bless. I'm going to go stuff my face. And then, like I said, we got another 2.5 hours, something like that, to Lordsburg, where we're going to stop for the night. And then we got about 210 miles to our delivery tomorrow. So until then, God bless.